Okay, I agree.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your call, and Merry Christmas to you and your family.
You
But you
too.
know,
Like, stay safe, man.
okay, thank you. You know what? When it comes to public officials, a lot of times we have to depend on the U.S. Attorney's Office when they discover and have information and did their investigation on any public official in particular that this gentleman brought that up when they do wrong to start their investigations and I guess to go after any public official that may be doing wrong. But you know the caller. Okay, so we have a call. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Juan. I just wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas and to your co-host in her absence, I believe. Just happy holidays and tell you to keep up the great work that you do.
Oh wow! Thank you very much. Thank you. Same here to you and your family. All right. Thank you. And you know what? Last minute, I thought my co-host and I were going to be here today together, and that would have been a great thing here. But you know, as I said, she's got some things going on right now, and I totally understand. And so she's doing what she's got to do right now. So no big deal because, like I said, when she can't make it, I'm here. When I can't make it, she's here. Or maybe we're both not in the studio, but we're out in the community and so forth. So one way or the other, this show goes on, but it is a two-person hosted program, Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, featuring my dear, beautiful lady, Miss Eve Gomez, and myself, Juan M. Andrade. Let me also touch back on what the gentleman just said, too, in terms of maybe public officials enriching themselves. I would assume maybe after and not during. But the point that came to my mind was this. We have a president right now that in most cases, presidents enrich themselves after they no longer are in the presidency through public speaking engagements they get paid a lot of money for and this and that. But it seems that our current president is enriching himself while he's in the presidency, such as doing his entertaining at one of his own facilities in Florida in particular, that he's using one of the buildings that he owns to bring and entertain, I guess, or do business, presidential business. And that's not right. Because first of all, I've heard too that it costs a lot more money to bring the CIA or whoever, the Secret Service, who watches and protects the president. And that's costing a lot of money to bring him, to have them come there. And once again, he's utilizing his own building that he owns in doing this. So he is enriching himself. I understand that under this new tax law, there's a special feature or section that is the law now, that is part of that tax law, that is going to be of great benefit to the president, to his son-in-law, to his family that own properties, that was put in as a special segment of which they are personally going to profit by. So this is something I think that needs to be looked at. And yes, I totally agree with the women senators that want to push for a congressional investigation on the president as it relates to his ill treatment of women and how he talks about women. That needs to go on. You know, for many years, many decades, our Congress and presidency's gone from Republican to Democrat, Democrat to Republican throughout the years. And so when I was reading again that the Democrats were looking to work on speeding up the process or trying to push for the issue of impeaching the president, I said that would be probably the worst thing they can do right now. And I did read about one other individual or senator or congressperson that was saying they need to put a hold on that and let the investigation continue about the ties, the possible ties with Russia and the Trump campaign. That needs to continue and see where it ends up. Also, people have said this before, as part of this investigation, you need to follow the money. And by following the money, it will take you to the culprits. So follow the money. Do the congressional investigation on how the president did or didn't do as it relates to his treatment of certain women that are complaining that they were harassed, that they were sexually harassed by the candidate president then, candidate who is president now. So let all those things take place and complete themselves before the Democratic Party even considers impeachment. And the Democratic Party, what they need to do is touch on and build on and promote the issues and talk about what the Democratic Party is for, and not talk about what the Democratic Party is not for, or that the president needs to be impeached. Sooner or later, that may take place, but let the evidence be there in plain view for everyone to see before they even talk about impeachment. This is Juan M. Andrade, and this is Nuestra Comunidad Northwest Indiana, and it's only on WLTH AM 1370 Radio, the region's choice and the people's voice. So, like I said, who knows what's all in this tax law that they just passed, and there's sections that we need to know about as it relates to education. There's sections that we need to know as to how it's going to affect what I was reading before in terms of deductions that corporations could take when they provided tuition assistance to their employees, and how it's going to affect non-for-profit organizations in terms of corporations, for example, giving monies to or donations to non-for-profit organizations. So there's a lot in this new tax bill that we need to know about exactly what's in this bill as it relates to education, as it relates to non-for-profits, as it relates to mortgage interest and deductions, and how it's going to affect people's lives, and how it's going to affect local governments. Because I don't know, by giving these huge corporations, many of whom in the first place pay little to no corporate income taxes because of all the loopholes that they've been able to take advantage of. So to go from a 36% interest rate or tax rate for corporations in one swoop, so to speak, down to 21, how many millions or billions of dollars or trillions of dollars are going to be lost in tax revenue? And that money that is going to be lost, what does it used for? What is it used for in terms of programs and services for the people in these United States of America? And so one thing is for sure, all the tax breaks that were given to big corporations are permanent. What I did here is this: some of the breaks that were given to not the big corporations, but let's say the people in general, some of them are not permanent, but temporary. So in the end, when we find out everything that's in this new tax legislation, it may be a case where this Republican Party is promoting that this bill was for middle income people in this country is fake news, is alternative facts, when it may be all said and done. And so this administration has been about fake news and alternative facts. And so when it's all said and done, all this fake news and alternative facts that they are putting out will eventually come back to haunt them. Will eventually come back to haunt them. Especially if you can ever put the President of these United States on the stand and have that President raise his right hand and swear to tell the truth. Then he may have a serious problem with knowing what is the truth in the first place. This is Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana. And at 33 degrees right now on Saturday, December the 23rd of 2017 is an incredible thing. And so that is a great thing. Thanks to technology, our winter jackets and coats are getting a whole lot thinner and thinner. And that's a great thing because I can remember when you had these jackets and coats that are really blown up, and I know I get uncomfortable when I used to wear a heavy-duty jacket or coat and trying to drive. It was very uncomfortable, and now you got these, because of technology in the use of clothing, that these jackets are really light, but they really keep you warm, as well as the coat. So that is a good thing, especially in keeping you comfortable, warm, and more better in terms of driving when you're behind the wheel. So this is Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana. I do want to wish each and every one of our listeners a very happy Merry Christmas and a very prosperous New Year, and may you all be blessed. Our calling number is 219-885-1371, and el número para llamar es 219-885-1371. And it says here, I guess, because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve this year fall on a Sunday, and so there will not be any alcohol sales on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve this year because they fall on a Sunday. So if you're going to buy your booze, buy it before Sunday, which means today, because tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. And for those of you that are going to be going out on New Year's Eve, please do be careful. And if you can have a designated driver, please do so. We have another call. Go ahead, caller.
Good morning. I wanted to tell you how nice it is to hear you this morning. You worked so hard yesterday, and how much I appreciate the information that you put out every Saturday.
Thank you.
So have a great holiday season. Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Thank you. And so, you know what? This is just one of many programs on WLTH radio. And so I can say that we all do, we try and do our best here when we are before these mics here on WLTH. So I appreciate having a program on this very station, and to just try and do the best that I can. Along with my co-host here, Eve Gomez, we try and do the best that we can, both in English and in Spanish, to our listening community. And I know, you know, one thing that's missing from our program is the Spanish music that we were able to play in the past, that maybe we can see what we can do to incorporate that into our programs again next year, because, you know, it's not just about talking and conversations and so forth, but it's also about music, and in particular Spanish music, or music of other languages that we can play on our program here that would add something that would be a positive thing and a good thing to nuestra comunidad, Northwest Indiana. I see that, in Chicago, they have the Cook County Jail, which can accommodate up to about 9,000 people or so, and which is about the size of a lot of cities, little cities that we have in these United States of America. And now that they've made efforts to reduce jail overcrowding in Cook County Jail, their population now is under 6,000 inmates. And so that's a good thing. Problem is, like I said, people are human, and people do make mistakes. And sometimes we make mistakes that land us in jail. And so, as someone who has been an employee of the Lake County, Indiana court system for 26 years now, I understand that. But even after being an employee of the court system for Lake County, Indiana for 26 years, what I don't understand is the people that keep coming through the system, that keep coming through the system. And yet, it's some of these very same people that keep coming through the system that are the biggest complainers, that complain about the fines they have to pay, that complain about the court costs they have to pay, that complain about the restitution they have to pay, that complain about having to come in to report to your probation officer, and it's only once a month, or complaining about having to do a drug or alcohol program or a domestic violence program, or some other part of their sentence that they don't agree with. And yet some of these people are the ones that keep coming through left and right, up and down and every which way but loose. And yes, sometimes we do make mistakes that land us behind bars. So, if you don't like what happened to you when you made that mistake, then we should be able to learn from our mistakes so that we don't continue to make those mistakes over and over and over again. But some people just don't get it. Some people just don't get it. And so there's only so much that we can do as probation officers. There's only so much we can do as parole officers. There's so much judges can do on the bench, and so forth and so on. Too many people complain about it's the system. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not the system. It's you yourself. Take a look in the mirror. And you know what? The system is not perfect, I will tell you that. The system does make mistakes. I will tell you that. There are good probation officers. There are bad probation officers. There are good parole officers. There are bad parole officers. There are good prosecutors and bad prosecutors. There are good judges and bad judges. And so it is not a perfect system. And so if you happen to get into the system, then please, once you complete and leave the system, do everything that you can to not get back into the system in the first place. But yet we are human, and we do make mistakes. This is Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana. I am Juan M. Andrade, and like I said, it's been great that we've had several phone calls here on Nuestra Comunidad. So if you want to take an opportunity to pick up your cell phone or your home phone, whatever the case may please, do so and call in, whether it's in English and or Spanish. And as I'm turning the pages here on the Sun-Times, I haven't read what the scandal is in reference to the Miss America pageant, but some kind of email mess, so I haven't read that, so I can't explain about what that is all about. If anyone knows anything about that, you can call in and inform us about what the deal is in reference to the email scam as it relates to the mess that they have in reference to that, because I have no idea. So Facebook comes up in grisly crimes. And, you know what? Now that I just read this with a picture of the superintendent in Chicago by the name of a gentleman, Mr. Eddie Johnson, I do want to say this. I talk a lot on our program as it relates to social media and technology and everything else. And so what we need to have done in this country as it relates to social media is this. Every social media that is out there, they need to put it out in black and white on the websites, in all the other media, and let the people know what they do that can affect their own account. Meaning this, what will cause you to lose your account? And that needs to be put out by every social media out there so that we can all see the good and the bad and the ugly as it relates to that social media. So we all need to know, we all need to see, we all need to learn what does it take to lose your account in that social media. In particular, Twitter. Because I think this president that we have in office right now has grossly violated some of the things that we've talked about should not be part of anyone's social media. And so every social media, and in particular Twitter, needs to put out how can a person, or what does a person do that would cause them to lose their account, and in particular Twitter, and in particular this president of these United States of America, because I think he's violated a lot of things that would cause other people in other social media to lose their account. But this person has not lost his account because this person is the president of the United States. But you know what? President or not, the policy should be the same for everyone, president or not. So let's see, from Twitter to Facebook to Snapchat to every social media out there, what will cause an individual to lose their account? And let's put it out there for everyone to see. So I have a certain individual in mind that I think is very well versed as it relates to good, the bad, and the ugly as it relates to technology, and I think social media, that I haven't gotten in contact with, but I hope to in the coming month or so, and see if he would be interested in being a part of this program through certain phone interviews at different times to talk about the good, the bad, and ugly as it relates to a lot of things that have to do with technology and a lot of things that have to do with social media. Because even as adults, sometimes we put pictures on there that don't belong. Sometimes as adults, we post information on there that shouldn't be on there. Too many times people put their personal business on social media for many people to see. And that's not a good thing. Because what you put on social media now can haunt you down the road, can cause you to lose your job down the road, might be a determining factor to not get hired down the road, can get you fired down the road, can get you killed down the road. So be careful for what you put on social media, because what you put on social media now, today, this minute, can haunt you down the road. This is Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, and only on WLTH AM 1370 Radio, the Region's Choice, and the People's Voice. About 10:45 a.m., 33 degrees, and I am loving it. So that is incredible. So, because like I said, I'd rather drive when the weather's nice and the roads are clean and everything else than drive in a snowstorm or drive when we have freezing rain. And although people can shop online, I am not an online shopper. I am a person that goes out to the stores and shop and get my exercise at the same time. And so that's one way I try and help myself, and by doing as much walking as I can when I can to help reduce this gut that I have here on Northwest Indiana. So, right. And Miss Daisy is in the house, and she'll be coming on shortly after we are done here on Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana. And Miss Daisy was here along with many people here in the studio celebrating the holiday season, the Christmas season, and Christmas Day and Christmas Eve, which tomorrow is Christmas Eve, ladies and gentlemen, and Monday is Christmas Day. And as I said already in the paper already, because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve both fall on a Sunday, no alcohol sales will be taking place. So if you're going to buy your booze, you got to buy them today, meaning hoy, H-O-Y, is the day to buy your booze. And if you're going to go out celebrating and so forth, make sure you celebrate safely and don't overdo it, because like I said, sure, we all leave the house with the intention of going to where we're going, but we want to make sure that we get there in one piece, and we want to make sure that when we come back in one piece. So be careful out there. Enjoy your celebrations and everything else, but if you can have a designated driver, that will be great. If not, like I said, you know what can happen out there. Even with no alcohol or drugs in your system, things do happen. So we do need to be careful out there. On this Saturday, December the 23rd of 2017, I know a lot of people go to the movies, and I like going to the movies, so we'll see the next time I can get out there to watch a movie. So Miss Daisy is here, and she's been around for a long, long time and on the radio for a long time. What do you got? Oh, you want to see the paper? Okay, that'll work. So, you know what? I appreciate everyone that does take the time to call into our program. It's an opportunity to hear each other and hear each other's views, or if anyone would like to call in and just give a shout out to anybody out there for the upcoming Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, you are perfectly welcome to do so. If you want to call in and give a shout out, that'll be great. If you want to tell me you're enjoying what I'm saying, agree with what I'm saying, that'll be great too. Or if you want to call in and say, you know what, I don't agree with what you just said, that's fine too, because like I said, we are all human. We all have our own brains, our own upbringing, our own likes and dislikes. And so if you don't agree with what I have to say, that's fine too. So let me hear if you don't agree, and tell me why you don't agree. And like I said, I try and bring you the good, truthful information based upon my background and everything that I do. And like I said, today I happen to have bought the Times, the Post-Tribune, and the Chicago Sun-Times, and looked at some of the items that were in the newspapers for today's date. And hopefully, like I said, at some point that my co-host and I will be doing more shows together than not together. And I enjoy doing the programming together with my dear lady. And lately, like I said, she is involved with a lot of things right now, which is a good thing for her and her family. And so I truly understand. But I'm sure our listening audience might be in agreement with me that when we do our shows together, it makes for an even better program. So this is Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, and only on WLTH Radio. Our call-in number is 219-885-1371, and número para llamadas 219-885-1371. 972-538-7171. Este es el único programa que es bilingüe en el programa de nosotros. Y pueden llamar either en inglés o en español. Si tienen comentarios en inglés o en español está bien. Pueden llamar al número 219-885-1371. So, we're getting towards the end of this year, end of 2017, and so we need to reflect in terms of what do we want to do in the brand new year, outside of what everyone says is exercising and so forth. But what can we do within our own families, within our own careers, within our own ability to help people? What can we do better to help people out there that could use our help? So we need to reflect a little bit. Like I said, it goes back to what we have, and use what we have or what we know, and share that with those people that have less than us, or people that maybe could use the information that we know about, and put that to good use, and share that with others. And so, telefono. Go ahead, caller.
Well, good morning to you, Juan.
Good morning.
I am so happy to have the opportunity to listen to you. You have been a soldier in the war. You have held down the job for your group, and you have done a fabulous job. God has blessed us to have you because you are a phenomenal individual.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much.
Yes, I believe that, and I wish and pray that God will bless Eve and her two children educationally and any other way that they need the blessings. I hope for 2018 a more prosperous year for everyone, and God bless. Have a happy Merry Christmas.
Yes.
Juan.
Merry Christmas to you and your family, too. Thank you very much, then. Well, you know what? Like I said, I've been on WLTH now for 7 years, and I was on public access television that was seen in East Chicago and in Hammond for 7 years. And I know I'm not the greatest of speakers, but I am working on it through Toastmasters International. And so, like I said, my base is WLTH Radio en Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana. But, as I was saying yesterday, I hope to continue and build on our program here of Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, with a TV program which will be taped for now until at some point, hopefully it will be live, called From the Heart. And it will feature the Juan, that's Juan, the one and only. And so I'm coining that little phrase from one of my coworkers who has for many years now called me the one and only. So I'm saying I'm going to take that little phrase and use it on this program that I got coming up. It will be a taped program. It will be 2 30-minute segments, and hopefully it will start next month. But it will be in addition to doing Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, which will be my base. So I'm looking to expand a little bit on my media ventures, and of course there's some things you can do on TV that would make for better programming as opposed to what we can do on radio. But it's an opportunity to build on that, and so Nuestra Comunidad will be continuing. And let me just say this here, that for any okay, so we have a call. Go ahead, caller.
I think that's a great gnome for you. The one and only.
The one and only.
That's the greatest thing I've heard in a while.
All right.
So take it and run with it.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Very good. You know what? My coworker actually, she's done this for many years now. She calls me the one and only every time we run into each other. Although we're in a little office, and she also calls me the one in a million. The one in a million. So I said I'm taking the one and only. So, and so. I'm getting near the end of our program here, and I do want to once again say thank you very much to all our listeners, and this comes from Eve Gomez and myself. We love and we treasure you, and like I said, we especially love and treasure anyone and everyone that takes the time to call into our program. And so the hope that more people that have never called into our program will call in 2018, because that's what this is all about. We before this mic don't know everything. And sometimes what we say you may agree with or not agree with. And that's fine too. But this is talk radio. And so let's make the most of talk radio, because too many negative things are happening right now with major media. And so let's keep a good thing going. Let's keep WLTH going. Let's keep all the programming going on WLTH. And you know what? Help support the station to continue on through advertising on WLTH. Help keep Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana, to continue by advertising on Nuestra Comunidad, Northwest Indiana. And we can do that in English. And we can do that in Spanish. So, on that note, to my dear co-host Steve Gomez and to your family, to everyone in the studio, to everyone that listens to WLTH Radio, to everyone in this world, God bless you all, and have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Feliz Navidad y próspero año nuevo. Adiós.
Is 1370 WLTH AM Gary, Indiana.
It's time now for the Gospel Express, hosted by Mrs. Daisy Sanders. The Gospel Express is now on the air.
We just like to say good morning To everyone, Happy New Year's to you, wherever you may be and whatever you're doing. We just wish you the best. We want you to know you listen to Gospel Express Gospel Hour. That comes your way every Saturday at the 11 o'clock hour until 1 p.m. I would like to especially let all of our listeners know that I am saying Happy New Year's. I hope you'll have a Merry Christmas and all the blessings that the Lord know that you need. He's going to supply your needs. And this comes from all of our sponsors of Gospel Express Gospel Hour and to all our listeners. We have a lot of listeners as well as we have sponsors, and we just thank you for being so kind to us down through the years. And you know that song, I should have brought it and said, down through the years, the Lord's been good to me. Well, let me include you. The Lord's been good to us down through the years. I just may find that and play it today, because if I don't play it today, I'm going to play it next Saturday. I'm going to dedicate it to all our listeners, and I thank you for all the love you have shown, and sometimes you be so nice to me, I get kind of nervous, and I be saying in my spirit to the Lord, what is this? And I said to someone, maybe I'm talking to, oh, why me? And they explained to me, and I accepted, and I want to thank all of you for your love. And one that don't wish me well, I want to thank you as well. I love you right on. There's nobody that I don't love, but I may not like your ways, you may not like mine, but I love you with the love of the Lord in my heart for you. We want you to know the views expressed by the host and the callers of this show are not necessarily the views of WLTH management, owner, and sponsor. And we'd like to say that last weekend was a big weekend for us. We were invited to Brother's Keeper in the afternoon, and this was 4 o'clock. And lo and behold, the First Lady of one of our beautiful churches here, Reverend Holmes, pastored down through the years where he was with us for he went to be with the Lord. Sister Holmes, she's not the First Lady now. She's the ex-First Lady. It's another First Lady. But she and her daughter Annette invited me to come and be at that celebration at the Shanto. I wasn't there, but my mind and everything was right there. I sent my granddaughter and my great-granddaughter to represent Gospel Express, and they did it real well. I want to thank them for sending me such a wonderful, beautiful pen, and it has Pastor Holmes' name on it. And I want to thank them for sending me one of the beautiful cards with all of the celebration on it. I wasn't there, but I got some of the action on paper, and I want you to know it's all good. The Lord is working great things, and He's going to do great things. All you have to do is put your trust in Him and know that He will supply your needs. He don't worry about your wants. He supply your need. And I want Miss Gain and Mrs. Holm and the entire family to be encouraged. I wish you well in your project. And if there's anything that I can do, just feel free. Just like I formerly once was on the lawn when you did a celebration. I'm the same person. I just got a little older. I'm a senior now. But I want you to know that I'm here for you. If there's anything that I can do that you feel is going to help you in your project, just feel free to let me know. I think it's a great thing. We need more business to help in the city of Gary. I don't know if we're getting a call right about now, but I must say this. I just appreciate everyone that is able to start a business in Gary to do so and give somebody a job. We have a lot of young people need a job. And if you get in business, please think about some of our young peoples. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Daisy. Merry Christmas to you.
Good morning. Merry Christmas to you.
This is Vanessa McLeod.
Yes, I recognize that sweet voice. You were so beautiful last evening.
Oh, thank you. I called to just tell you thank you so much for being who you are and for opening up your arms to the entire community. You were the hostess with the mostest last night at the WLTH party. You were directing us and making sure we were in line for our food and go over and talk on the microphone and go sit down and come back and get some cake. I wanted to tell you that you showed out last night.
Well, you know what? I just love people. Of course, I'm the only child, but I was reared up as to love people and do what you can to keep somebody happy. And that has been in my life all my life, to reach out. And I know when I'm around good people, and I was around good people last evening, and you don't know how it made my day for you to come in last evening. I thought about Mrs. Gentry when you came in. I had an opportunity to meet her back in the day, and all she was a beautiful lady every time I was in her presence. And after she went to be with the Lord and someone had to take the position, and I come to know you, I don't think they could have chose any nicer lady than you.
Oh, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate it, and know that I can only be who I am because of the shoulders that I stand on. You know, those of you that have blazed the trail before me, I look to you all as mentors, and you all have supported me, and I just thank you all, because I couldn't do it without you, without people like you, about people who love the community and willing to give. And Miss Daisy, I want the community to know that the Urban League, has jobs listed on our website. People should look at our website, or they should maybe come in and stop in the office, because we also have an organization called the Indiana Plan. That's the construction trades component. So if people are looking to get into the trades, plumbing and electrical and drywall, all of those types of trades, they should call my office. We're still the office in the community that serves as a resource. So we give out scholarships to young people. Our scholarships will be going out next month. And then we have jobs listed on our website, and we have Indiana Plan that's in my office. So I'm going to start coming on the radio and explaining more about the services we give, including we'll be doing taxes next month free of charge. If you make less than $54,000, you can come in our office and we will do your taxes so that you don't have to go to H&R Block, Quickie Sam, Uncle Sam, whoever. Those people that take your money for doing your taxes, we don't do that. So I just want the listening audience to know that the Urban League is alive and well, and we are in Gary, 3101 Broadway. And Miss Daisy, let me tell you this. I'm an only child also.
Are you?
Just have that special bond.
You know, I'm the only child. My daughter is the only child. And she has 2 sons, 2 daughters. And she say, they my children. I said, wait a minute, girl.
Oh, my God. Well, listen, thank you. And thanks to Dr. Marion Williams and his vision. He took me on a tour of the entire place. I had not been downstairs to see the work that he has done, along with the trainers, those students that he worked with. It's absolutely beautiful. So I want to extend special thanks to him and for him opening up his doors to the community. Okay?
Well, you know what? I just enjoyed Dr. Williams. He quiet, easy, and when he speak, he do that little smile, but it's something encouraging to you when he speak, and he tells me, you know, he makes me feel real good, and I'm kind of a quiet person on when someone is doing something. He said, now, whatever's going on, he said, I want you to listen, you notice to it, and I want your ideas. I said, Dr. William, he said, see, you been here, you know, I want your ideas. And, you know, I just feel comfortable in knowing that I'm around someone that has confidence in me. I'm going to do the right thing, and that's what I try to do, is the right thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Happy New Year to the listening audience. And you be blessed, Miss Daisy. And I'm sending you a hug through the phone right now.
And you know what? I want to invite you to call in anytime you like to. If you feel you got the little time, come on, run through here. It's a pleasure for you to be in my presence.
I feel the same way. God bless you.
And God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dr. Vanessa of the Urban League. And the young lady was here last night, and she gave out so much information. And I want to say to our young people, take advantage of the opportunities that is before you. I'm not going to push anybody down. I want to help you stand up. If you know you're doing something that keep you from qualifying with whatever you got an opportunity to do, stop. You ain't got to tell anyone your business. Just stop. Keep your mouth closed, but show some action. And I know I'm telling you right. You ain't got to put your business out there, because that's what the enemy has done, waiting for your business. The enemy ain't got no business at value, so he waiting for your business. So if you're doing something that you know that keep you from qualifying to make an advance in life, just stop. It ain't no such thing as can't. And I guarantee you, you will have doors open up that you just won't be able to walk in all. You're going to walk in some, and you're going to be so blessed, you're going to say, well, I'll stop right here. This is what I need. So please take advantage of the opportunities that you just heard Dr. Vanessa say this morning, last evening, she talked to you. Now take advantage of it. We going into More Good Gospel. We haven't started yet, but we're going to do a selection for you right now, and then we're going to come back and bring you some information about our sponsors. Now, I want to say that Sandy come through, and she was planning on being here to the celebration last night, but she was just otherwise engaged, and the young lady just only one person, and she had to do what she had to do. It was important. It was a matter of business, and everybody knows she's our community person from Smith, Mazzell, and Warner, and everybody know she reaches out to make sure that Smith, Mazzell, and Warner is counted, and they counted very well. And I'm going to say this. I know somebody might not like it, but hey, if Sandy is not at Smith, Mazzell, and Warner working hard like she is, it'll be some changes. Everybody knows Sandy, and the young lady trying to work and make her working location good and just bring it like it is, top of the line. And she works hard for that. And if she's not there, you're going to see a difference. You're going to see a difference. I don't care who's there. You're going to see a difference. If Sandy's not there, you're going to see a difference. So I just admire everyone that she has been nice to. If you can, just keep on blessing Smith, Mazzell, and Warner, and make sure the business go well like all other business. That's what it's all about. We're going to do a selection for you, and then I'm going to come back and give you some information.
Of my life, the Lord has made a way for me. All my life, the Lord made a way for me. All of my life, you see the Lord made a way for me. Oh, there was time when I got stuck. The Lord sent His angel and He lifted me up. Of my life, He made a way for me. Oh, yes, He did. Through all of my tribulation, you see the Lord has made a way. Through all of my tribulation, you see the Lord has made a way. There was time when I didn't have a dime. The Lord stepped right on in. He made a way for me. He made a way. He made a way over and over for me. He made a way out of no way for me. Every time in my life, I didn't know I was gonna make it through the day. But God stepped in on time. He made a way for me. He made a way. Oh yeah. There was time when I got stuck. God gave me to my life and He lifted me up, and I can say all of my life. He made a way for me. He made a way for me.
Yes, that is Brother Willie Rogers. I call him my little brother. And he did that material a year ago for Christmas. Well, he was stretched out round about now a year ago. And he called me and he said, he said, I'm finna do something. I said, what you finna do? He said, Malaco offered me an opportunity. I said, take it. And he said, you know what? I thought I'd call you and talk to you. I said, you take it. He said, well, I tell you what, everything's going to be settled coming up next week, and I'm going to call you and get it in the mail. I want you to have it to play in your music for Christmas. And I did just that, and I certainly feel honored to know that he thought enough of me as being a friend to let me know what he had an opportunity to do, and asking me to be the first to play it. And I just feel honored by that. And on this year, he was talking to me, and I was getting ready to do Reverend Mac Williams' birthday musical. And we were kind of talking, and someone had invited him to come to Gary to be a part of a celebration they were doing. And he was going to be over here, and I invited him by. And inviting him by, he came by. And I told him, I said, you come on early. I said, you invited to dinner. He said, I don't know if I can make the dinner or not, but I'll be there. He said, I got so much to do. So the wife and her members is gone to New York to do a service, and said, I'm doing a lot of ripping and running. And he came by just as we was into dinner, and he sit down and had dinner, and we went over in the sanctuary. And Reverend Mac Williams, he was so excited. He said, I'm just so happy, and I told him, I said, Pastor, I said, I said, sometime when you get an opportunity to travel across the country, overseas, and all of that, you forget about the people who hope to get you to where you are. I said, but one thing, I can name some groups that I worked with back in the early years. I was there when they trying to get where they are now, and I get the respect, and I'm very appreciative to that. But let me tell you about AME Zion, that's located 5757 Massachusetts Street in the Mayersville section of Gary. I want you to know the very fine pastor there is Dr. Dave L. Neuville, And he wants all the residents to know who is their pastor in the area. He wants you to know that he is happy to be the pastor in the area, and he invites you to come and let him meet you and you meet him. He just wants to know the residents in the area there where the church family is. And he also wants you to know, if you have some children, please come let him meet the children, because they have so much activities going on for the young people, and that's what our young people need. They need all they can get, and he just wants you and the family to know that he's there for you, and if there's anything that he can do as a minister and a pastor, he is really happy to do it. He wants to do something that is helpful to the families in the community, and that is the Reverend Dr. Dave L. Newville, Jr., and he just wants you to come on out and be a part of the services there. And he starts off with a session prayer, and I think one of the members said, well, why do we have to have prayer the first thing? So, well, that's getting your mind focus on what we are here to be doing, and everybody just get on one accord, and I think that's nice. And he's that kind of pastor. I want to thank one of the Steward's trustee, Sister Patsy Jackson, for allowing me to give you information about Greater AME Zion. I want to say New Jerusalem, no, Greater AME Zion, of opportunity to know about her church family. I want to thank you so much for being so kind and let the Gospel Express get the information out there. Jesus Saved Church Family is located 464 Roosevelt Street in the city of Gary. And the one and only, yes, the one and only Elder W.E. Whitfield is founder and pastor. Did you know that? Yes, he's founder and pastor. And he come a long ways. And, you know, one thing, I feel good being around at the beginning until now. And, you know, pastor had them 5 daughters. Oh, yes, 5 daughters. And he got plenty grandbabies, some great-grandbabies. But I want you to know, he specialized in the bus ministry. Now, he loved the church now. Don't take it the wrong way. The church is first out. But the bus ministry came along, and the bus ministry has did well. Some of you right here in the city of Gary know they have took you across the country. You rode on wheels as far as you could go, and then you get down off of wheels and you get on the water. Now you know all about it. You who have been on tours with Jesus Saved Bus Ministry. You know, a man, before the late Sister Whitfield went to be with the Lord, she didn't call me from somewhere. And you know what? I want to just keep some of the things that she has given me. She brought me a tote bag back from some island. You hear me? And it is beautiful right now. And I very seldom, very few times carry it because it's special to me. And I just want to keep it as long as I can. But when she would go on these different tours and all, she didn't forget about me. And, you know, she's gone to be with the Lord. But when I go down to the church to visit, look like to me I'm going to see her coming in and come sit beside of me. Like if I get there just before morning service start, she's going to come and sit down and talk to me. Well, you miss all the good things people do nice for you. But I want you to know that they have activities going on at the church right now, and they invite you to come and be their guests on Sundays. Well, it starts the weekly service, coffee and pastry at 9:30. Sunday school, 10 a.m., study prayer, 11:15. Worship service, 11:30. On Wednesday is prayer meeting. And they also do a conference call. If you can't get to the meeting, well, all you got to do is just dial 1-712-432-3100, and that code number is 562415. And you know what? Choir rehearsal immediately after the Bible study. Now, don't get in trouble for your rehearsal, because I tell you. And you know what? They are on Facebook. Oh, my God, they are on Facebook. And I tell you, you just hit them up and, let them know that you're there and you see what they doing, you hear what they doing. And this is all good. But I want you to call 883-1211, 883-1211. And when you call, just let them know that you're going to be getting something together soon and you want that bus. And it's 55 passenger bus. So it's going to take quite a few people. So all you got to do is get ready and call 883-1211, get your reservation made, and get on your way. And I guarantee you, you're going to enjoy yourself. Now, that's one thing. Hasn't anybody gone any place with Jesus Saved and called back and give me any critics? Everything been good. Everything been good. And I like that. So keep Jesus Saved Bus Ministry in mind. If you're traveling someplace, just try them out and tell them you heard about it on Gospel Express Gospel Hour. Prayer Outreach Deliverance is located 2894 Dallas Street on Gary's west side. Sunday school, 10 a.m., morning worship, 12 noon, evening service, 7:30 p.m. on Sundays, as well as Tuesdays and Thursday evening, 7:30 p.m. worship and prayer service. Bishop Alvin Carter, the very fine pastor, Evangelist Carter, assistant pastor, Ella Carter is the co-pastor, and they invite you to come and visit with them anytime you like to. They always welcome to have guests. And I tell you, go on over there. You will be going to a beautiful location. It's so pretty up in there. I'm not going to tell you the colors. I want you to go, and then you call me and tell me you went to visit. But it's off the chain. It's pretty up in there. And you are greeted so beautiful when you go and visit. It's always somebody standing by the door to invite you in, to let you know they welcome you to be at their church family location. And once again, don't forget to tell them that you heard him, Miss Sanders talking about on Gospel Express Gospel Hour. And if you don't find what I'm telling you, you call me, okay? You call me, because it's just what I tell you. Powell Coleman Funeral Home is located 3200 West on 15th Avenue in the city of Gary. Now, you know, the little lady around there, that's the oldest daughter and the smallest daughter. And I call her my little lady. She is busy right about now. I don't know when she stopped. She is busy right about now. And I want you to know, just as you getting ready to go in the door, just kind of stop for a minute and look to your right. And you're going to see, let our family care for your family. I think that's a wonderful word to let you know you are cared for as family. And let me tell you, when you lose a loved one, you want everybody there because you are hurting inside. You can't get yourself together, and you got somebody loving you like family right there for you, trying to help you have good ideas. You know, sometimes people, they so excited, they don't try to have good ideas for you. Just do what you do. Yeah, we want the business. Oh, no. Paul Coleman is not like that. They are so patient. They, like all of my other sponsors that's in business, they have time to help you take care of your business. And that's what you need to know. And it says, let our family care for your family. Well, I want you to know that they give service in Indiana, Michigan, Illinois, and maybe a few more. But I tell you, you just check them out. And if they don't do like I say, you call me. I said they treat you loyal. They concerned about you. If you don't find that, you call me and tell me. Because when I say something, it's what I say. And I'm going to tell you nothing but the truth. So if you in need of someone to do a service for you, for a loved one, just feel free to check with Paul Coleman. They're going to do the best in your behalf. And with saying that, we're going to tell you about Greater New Jerusalem Full Gospel that's located 1310 Harrison Street in the city of Gary. And we want you to know that Sunday school, 9:30, morning worship, 11 a.m. On Wednesday at 6 p.m. is prayer service and Bible study. And we want you to know the first Sunday is woman devotion. No, the first Sunday is communion. The third Sunday, woman devotion. Get it straight. The first Sunday is Communion Sunday. The third Sunday is Women Devotion. And I want you to know the little pastor there is Pastor Charles McWilliam. Now, whilst I'm telling you about Greater Jerusalem Full Gospel that's located 1310 Harrison Street, I want to invite you the first Sunday evening at 5 o'clock at 1310 Harrison, Greater New Jerusalem Full Gospel. Gospel Express will have the first musical of the year. And we invite you to come and be our special guest. I have invited so many, and I know everybody can't be there, but I done had phone calls that some guests is going to be there. I done met some people, guests is going to be there. So you who can, come out and be my special guest the first Sunday in January the 2nd, 2018. 5 o'clock in the evening. The Winslet family, the Brothers in Christ, the Gales of Joy, the Traveling Kings. We expecting guests out of Michigan City. We're looking for guests out of Chicago, the New Doves. And I had somebody to call me this morning and say they was going to be there. We expecting guests from Kankakee. Now, everybody know where my good friend Deacon McGee live, in Kankakee. And he said, Miss Sanders, you ain't got to worry. I'm going to be there. And Minister Davis with Bear's Furniture. You know, I tell you about Bear's Furniture. Well, that little gentleman that's the proprietor of Bass Furniture. He's going to come. He say, you know, I'm always running, but I'm going to be there. And he's going to come over here and be a part of this service. And I've invited some guests out of Chicago. And all my guests in Gary, it's going to be a good time, but it's not going to be good if you're not there. So I was talking to some people last night here at the station when we had our celebration, and some people said they're going to be there. And I just want them to come and enjoy the singing, and some of the Heaven Bound, if not all of them, going to be there. But Mr. Sylvester, he said, Mother Sanders, you don't have to worry. I'm going to be there. Now listen, if that little gentleman come up in there and saying yes, I don't want you to get up and say, oh, this is all I need to hear. He done did it. No, just stick around. Just stick around, because there's more to come. And I want you to know we going to have a good time. And everybody that comes and visit, I want you to have an opportunity to say anything you would like to say. Our mayor told me on last evening, well, she's got to be at a conference that Monday, and she's planning on flying out Sunday evening, and, you know, Saturday evening, and she's going down to be in the session because they're going to be there to do whatever they are to do, and she can't come. But, you know, and knowing her, she just might send a representative. And the most important part, I just want you to be there. You come on out and be there. If you want to come and sing or say what you want to say, feel free to come and be my guest. And I want you to know the next level, bring you greetings for the holiday season. They are located 6705 Broadway, Suite B. And just anything you need to shop for, I think you're going to find it there. But I tell you what, take time out and call this number, 791-9491, 794-9491. And just call and say what you would like to have and check it out. I think you're going to see that she can do just what I said she can do to help you get dressed and be looking nice like you would like to look. We're going to do another selection for you, and then we're going to come back and do some dedication. I had an opportunity to talk to my twin babies on last week. I got a beautiful card, and I was planning on calling them, and they called me and told me that they were coming to the service. And, you know, I saw them babies walk Broadway back in the day, so beautiful. And they sister Katie, she be walking in the front, and they walking behind. They walking behind, she in the front, on their way to some service. And they tells me that they listen. They did a couple of dedications, and I'm not this selection coming up, but coming after this selection, I'm going to do some dedication to those young ladies. And they are beautiful young ladies. They grew up right here in the city of Gary. But we coming back your way for a selection, and then we going to do a selection, and we going to dedicate it to the twins, Kendrick's girls, okay? All right.
Yeah, when I woke up this morning, I said thank you, Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Yes, that was the late Willie Neal Johnson. And, you know, I told you about, I got a young lady that do glassware. Remember me telling you? And she do all kinds. And her name is Nicole Harris. And she has that little business, and she want you to know that she can maybe do some supplies for you that you would like to treat somebody to a nice gift or something. If so, you take this number and you make sure that you call her and let her know that you would like to order something from her. And she does her shopping online, and it's Good Spirit Glass. Come. And I tell you, the young lady does some beautiful, beautiful pieces, and you just wouldn't believe it. And I just want to thank her for all her kindness she and her mom showed to me, that let me know that they are so grateful. And I want to thank the mom for doing so much. She didn't want me to do anything preparing for last evening, but Dr. William kind of had a little request for me to do something, so I wasn't going to disappoint him. But I tell you, all of my regular gift for the celebration last evening, she did it. And the girl knows she did it. It was beautiful. And I want to thank her for being so kind to come and doing so much. And I want to thank all of the hostess for being so nice and inviting your guests and bringing out things to help everybody be happy. I'm so sorry that Jeffrey wasn't here. I understand his mother wasn't feeling well, and I didn't know because I didn't know till I was getting ready to leave. If I had known, I would have certainly asked her, to fix a plate for he and the wife and mom, and he run and get it and go back home and enjoy. But however, we're going to get a chance to do something for Jeffrey, young man going through something right about now. But it ain't nothing. It's too hard for God, Jeffrey. Nothing too hard for him. I dare you, if you ask him, he will do just what you ask him to do. I ain't going to say he's going to do your wants, but he certainly will come and supply your needs. I'm going to do this selection by the Jackson Southern Airs, and I'm going to send this out to my twins, and then I'm going to do something else coming up later.
All I need is in Jesus. All I need is in Him. Water in dry places, oh, He's bread don't have a friend around, get on your knees and take it to Jesus. He'll give you a spot where there is a friend. Pick you up when you're falling down. Whatever you need, he's always around. All I need is in him, sure enough in him. Listen, he's all I need. He's everything I need. When I get lonely, he comforts me. When I get sick, he's right there to heal me. When I get sad, he give me joy. When I get lonely, he give me peace sometime. When I get weak, he always give me strength. Comfort me in a lonely hour, he's all I need. Every time I have tears in my eyes, he's right there to dry the tears from my weeping eyes. Nobody but Jesus, he step right in. Every time I get a little weak, I can lean on him. One thing about it, if you got Jesus, oh, you don't have to be uneasy about it. Tell everybody, everywhere you go, tell them, all I need is in Jesus. All I need is in him. Freed in the time of trouble. Oh, if you got Jesus, you don't need no other. All I need, sure enough it is in him.
Yes, that is Jackson Southern Airs. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Miss Daisy. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm listening to you, and you just motivate me and inspire me, and I laughed when I heard you talk about the twins. They're such good friends, Diane and Denise.
Yeah.
I watched them walk up and down Broadway myself.
Yeah, they're my
Katie
babies.
And everybody. And then I was wondering, you wouldn't happen to have anything by Vanessa McLeod, any spirituals that you could play?
No, I don't have anything about her.
Because I know I heard one of her CD, something off of her CD, and I thought it was fantastic. She moved me so much one night at the Mayor celebration, and I said, I know she can sing.
She was supposed to gonna give me a CD, and the possibility she is listening, and if she is, I know she's gonna see that I get it. I'll probably go by a location and get it from her in the near future.
Yeah.
But she's somebody's singer.
Right.
The young lady is beautiful every time she, as they say, every time she hit the floor, she's good.
She's been good for a long time. She's a great person. And back to the twins again. Merry Christmas, everybody. And we had a great time last night.
It was beautiful.
Myself. Let me get off here.
And you know what? I just can't thank you enough. You are so precious.
Oh, well, thank you.
You are so precious. I was telling my daughter, I said, I got so many kids and don't have but one. And she said, Mom, what that? And I told her, I said, this young lady, she told me don't do anything. She would take care of what I need to do. I said, Dr. William had said something, and I wasn't going to be disappointed to him. I said, but let me tell you, that young lady took care of business.
Well, I want you to remember my name, Celinda.
I know your name.
Okay.
I ain't good on calling people's names.
Okay, all right.
I just say my lady, you know.
All right, thank you so very much. God bless you. Have a great day.
And you too.
Bye-bye.
Yes, Melinda, she's very sweet. And, she's just a nice young lady. She's just nice. And she has a nice daughter as well. Good afternoon, caller.
Well, good afternoon, Miss Daisy.
Hello, Miss Porter Barge.
You know, your engineer sounds so sweet.
She is a
Merry
darling.
Christmas, and people should think of all the people that are in service, because everybody is trying to do all that they can. And the only thing I can say is God bless. And I am so thankful for you, Miss Daisy, for all that you do and continue to do. You act like it's nothing, but it is a major component in my life.
I just love doing what I do.
And I enjoy you. I appreciate you. And just keep on keeping on. May God bless you and your family. And that one baby of yours, my classmate. You take care now.
You
God
just
bless.
right, huh? Yes, I just want to thank you, Miss Porter Barge. I wish the best for you and the family. And you know how I am by my sweetie. I don't have to call her name. You know who my sweetie is. And she's just a honey. And I just try to be good to everybody that I can. You can't be good to everybody. They don't accept you like that. But, you know, just smile and go head on. You might want to hurt, but smile anyway. That's the way I am. So I just thank everybody for all they does, and especially the love I get from so many. Oh, you just don't know what you do to me. I just thank you so much, because you don't have to do what you do. And, you know, it's nothing I need to ask of, because there's so much offered to me. So I just thank everyone for who they are. But let us tell you about Smith Rizal and Warner Funeral Home. And, of course, the community active person. I want to thank her for the treat that she dropped off this morning. She dropped off 2 treats, one for Natalie and one for me. And the girl ripping and a running, and I said, wait a minute. I said, are you going to stay? She said, I can't stay. I got some work I need to get done. She says, I'll talk to you later, but I want to bring this by. I want to bring one for you and one for Nettie. And she said, where can I said, just give me the gift you have for Nettie, and I'll take mine. I promise you I will be fair. So she just did a big laugh. She said, Miss Sanders, I'm not even worried. I know she's going to get it. So if Nattie's listening, girl, you better get on here. I know you're tired, but you better get on here. But anyway, it was just so nice for her to come by and drop off a little gift for Nattie and I. And Sandy's just like that. She's a beautiful young lady, and she never knows how to say no. No. And I want you to know that she's just that kind of person. And you're talking about doing your job. She do her job and more. And I say it again, I just hope she stay with Smith Rizal and Warner Funeral Home, not because I am sponsored by Smith Rizal and Warner. I appreciate Mr. Pennington for taking time out to look down on little old me. I appreciate him so much. And if ever he can get time to come into the station, I'm very glad to receive him. He's a busy gentleman, but if he ever gets time to come into the station, or he send the general manager, he's always welcome. And what more can I say? He is one of the best community active person that it is in the city of Gary. And just let me read this little holiday happiness to all of you. It says, Happy Holiday Days. During this holiday season, we wish you and your family the gift of love. Did you hear that? the joy of the season, and priority throughout the new year. Smith, Roselle, and Warner Funeral Home, serving Northwest Indiana, 4209 Grant Street, Gary, Indiana, 46408. The phone number there is 219-887-1852. And this is coming from Mr. Pennington and all the staff of Smith, Roselle, and Warner Funeral Home. And we just want to thank Mr. Pennington for having this business here in the city of Gary. And let us tell you about the Community Fellowship Outreach Center that's located in East Chicago, Indiana, and the address is 801 East Chicago Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. The zip is 46312. The phone number there is 219-378-1965. And the minister that is the overseer and the founder of it is Minister Bobby J. Davis Wade. And I want you to know that she and her husband does great things for the community. If you living in that area and you need some assistance, all you have to do is call Minister Davis at 219-378-1965. And she will be more than glad to see that you are helped. That's any way she can help you. You ain't got to worry about it. Just let her know. And we are so appreciative to her and her husband and their outreach ministry. And I want you to know it's non-profit. It's non-profit. It's all service by volunteers. And if you is in need of assistance, just call that number and get her information. And just get on by over there and see what you need, and think nothing about it. Just be grateful you got some place that you can go and somebody show you love. And that's what it's all about. And I didn't tell you about the inspirational charms. I know somebody say, oh, she didn't forget about them inspirational charms. No, I didn't forget about the inspirational charms. I can't forget about the inspirational charms because they so nice to me. And I expect some of them on the first Sunday evening in January. And if they don't come, they busy. I do understand. But you know what? One thing about it, they take care of business. And I tell you, you ain't got to worry. You look up and see Mr. and Mrs. Gatlin if you don't see nobody else. And if you ever need the inspirational charms, I want you to know they are located around about the Gatlin chapter at 10133 South Hosted, Chicago, Illinois. And if you ever need their service, you may call 773-881-4111. 881-4111. And if you miss it, call me. I'll see that you make your contact. We're going to dedicate this selection by the one and only Mighty Clouds of Joy. Brother Jody Gunn gone to be with the Lord, but his memory still is in the hearts of the friends that's left behind. and he was somebody's singer. Every time he come to Gary, he light up. So we're going to send this dedication out to everyone.
And you don't have to put them all the way back down, but you can put them together when I tell you, heavy load, I got rid of my heavy load. Say it again, heavy load, y'all. Heavy load, yeah. I got rid of my heavy load. Look at that lady right there. She done got a praise step on already. Before this thing is over with, I'm gonna need 10 more people. Got a Holy Ghost there, listen. Good God Almighty. On a Monday, I got rid of my heavy load. On a Monday, he got a praise down. Yeah, I got rid of my heavy load. Wait a minute. Somebody want to know about me? Let me talk about my day. I'm gonna move these days up. Let me talk about my day. Look at here, look at here, look at here, look at here. On a Thursday, I got rid of my heavy load. What? On a Thursday, you tell them, boy. I believe I'll call that last day. I'm gonna call that last day. Good God Almighty, let me say this. Let me say this. Good God Almighty. On a Sunday, I got rid of my heavy load. On a Sunday, you tell them. Tell them I got rid of my heavy load. Hey, heavy. Anybody here that got rid of that heavy load? Did you get rid of that heavy load? Somebody got rid of that heavy load. Won't you get your praise down? Won't you get it right now? You got praise down. You got a praise down. Get it on. Heavy. Anybody else got a praise down? Or do you have a praise down? Get it on. You gotta get that praise dance on. Heavy. Good God. You got praise. You got a praise. You got praise. You got that praise. Get it on right now. That praise dance on. Get it on. Gotta get that praise dance going. Come on, y'all. Good God.
Yes, that is the late Jonah Gunn in the Mighty Clouds of Joy. I did have a caller. Let me say this, caller. I appreciate everybody calling. It's best that I take your information when the music is not playing. You can be heard better. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, good sister.
Good afternoon.
Your voice and your music is always beautiful.
Thank you so much.
This the gentleman that helped you with your groceries that one day.
Yeah, how are you?
Oh, just fine. But I got a few questions to ask.
Go right ahead.
Now, remember when Harvey passed on, the son Harvey took over the canned spirituals. Now, Jody passed on. I wonder who's going to take over the Mighty Clouds.
Well, I don't have that personal information.
Well, I
but
tell
the Clouds,
you what.
Wait just a minute. I don't have that personal information, but the Clouds are still singing.
Yes, they are beautiful. They're going to always be beautiful. They're going to always be one of the world's best gospel singers. But if they ever look for a gospel singer, I think I just might put myself in that category with them.
Well, all you got to do is just put yourself out there, and I'm sure that somebody will get it to whoever is in charge of the group right about now to contact you.
Yeah, I would not mind leading the Mighty Clouds because I've been told now I'm one of the best. We just got to wait and see.
Well, ain't nothing you supposed to do but apply yourself.
If I decide, yeah, that'll be wonderful. But hey, as usual, your music is loving, you are loving, and I'm enjoying you.
Well, thank you so much. And have a beautiful Christmas and Happy New Year's.
And may the good Lord bless yours with even more and more beauty and love and happiness.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Yes, that was gentleman walked up. I was in the store, and I was talking to a lady, and he walked up, and I looked. He said, I remember talking to you, and I asked him who was he, and he told me, and I had some items, and I was going to bring them to the car. He said, may I assist you to the car? I said, yes, you can. And I was right there just as you come out to the sidewalk. And he was so nice and assisted me to the car, and I want to thank him for being such a nice gentleman. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Daisy.
Good afternoon.
This is Vanessa Allen McLeod again. How are you?
I'm good. You know what? You're going to have to get me the material that you got. Somebody want to hear you singing?
I know. I went in the store, and when I got back out to my car, my phone was beeping. So a couple of friends called and said, Miss Porter Barge or you or somebody. She said, "Well, I'm calling for you on the radio."
It was Celinda.
Oh, Lord.
It was Celinda.
Oh, it was Celinda.
It was Celinda.
Oh, wonderful! I saw her last night.
She was here last night,
yes,
and she just did so much work to keep me from doing anything. To my whatever you are to do, I'll do it. And you just come on out. And I told her, I said, well, Dr. William had special said, well, I'll just say it like if he said he loved it, the devil eggs that I brought last year, and I wasn't going to let him be disappointed. So I brought the devil eggs, and she did 3 or 4 dishes and everything, which was just so enjoyable.
Those were your deviled eggs?
Yes.
I'm not going to tell you on the radio how many I ate.
That's all right. That's all right.
And I brought my husband some. He enjoyed them.
Good. 12 o'clock in the night, I was doing devil eggs. And, you know, it's not easy to do 3 dozen, you know.
No, it's not. It was a lot of them.
Yeah, but I didn't want to do no 1 dozen. That wasn't enough to bring anybody. That would have been just enough for Dr. William.
Oh, no.
So I just brought enough so everybody that cared to have some, it was some to have. It might not have been as many as they want, but they had a chance to get 1 or 2, you know.
Yes, absolutely. They were delicious. They were delicious.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and I'm going to have to come down next week, or I'm going to have to leave my CD down there for you.
Yes.
Because I can't get there before you get off the air today.
Well, you know one thing? I travel Broadway quite a bit. And if I'm out through that way during this week, I'll pull off and come in and get it from you. You know, because you're so busy, it's just hard to specify a time that you're going to do something because you're just a busy lady. That's all about it.
You know what? I thank God because I'm just thankful that I'm able to do what I can do. Tuesday, I'll be with Lloyd Fisher and Jonathan Booth for their Kwanzaa celebration and commemoration. You know, they're having that Tuesday, I think at 5:30 over at the Calumet Township.
Yeah, that's where Brother Booze usually go over there.
Right. So I'll keep a CD in my purse and in my car because I am running from place to place, but I'll be in the office on Thursday for sure. I'll be
Okay.
in the office on Thursday between 10 and 10:30 and about 2:30.
Okay. We'll touch bases before it's over.
We will. And God bless you again, Mrs. Daisy.
Thank
You
you.
know, just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hi.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Sanders. How are you?
Hello. How are you, Mrs. Jarrett?
Oh, I'm blessed by the best again. I'm here.
Happy holiday to you and the family.
And much love. And same to you and your family, Pastor Sanders and the First Lady, all our pastors of Gary, Indiana. Happy holiday to you all and your family. And your church members. And I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to my pastor, Pastor Morris Cruz. Pastor Cruz is my family. And happy holiday to everybody. And people, let's get together. Let's come together.
I when you said the Cruz, I knew the Cruz as growing up. I knew his mom, beautiful lady, and some of his. I knew the family. Okay. Because at that time I worked at Oscar's Poetry, and I guess I met some of everybody that was out moving around.
I'm sure you did, Miss Sanders.
So they are good people.
Beautiful. Pastor Cruz is just as awesome from day one up until today, for as I know of.
And
he stays just like he stays the same, just old and wrinkled. Ain't nothing we can do about it.
Just love him. Just love him.
Just love him. That's all. And to Village First Baptist members, the Pratt family, happy holiday to all of them.
Okay.
And to you, Miss Sanders, God bless you and keep you, and you awesome. And somebody can spiritual Lee Williams. It's fine.
Well, I'm finna do something by Lee Williams. I'm doing his Christmas song right about now.
All right. Love you. Happy holiday. I'll get back with you soon.
All right. And I just want you to know that my pastor is the Reverend Debian Reed, and my First Lady is Sister Rosetta Reed.
All right.
And he pastors New Mount Moriah, 1917 Carolina Street. You're always welcome there.
Thank you. You are welcome to our church, too.
Well,
anyone welcome to Village First Baptist.
Well, thank you so much.
Okay, I love you, Mrs. Sanders. Keep on doing. You are awesome. You're doing a beautiful job.
Thank you very much. That is Mrs. Jared. We was glad to hear from her. We're going to do this election, Lee Williams and Harvey, because this is our Christmas song.
See trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, also on their faces. There are the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do?
What a wonderful world. You say, and I say to myself, what a wonderful world.
Going back. Yes, we want to send that out to Mrs. Jarrett. She loves her some Lee Williams, but I just want to send the rendition of he and Harvey that did the Christmas song. And it's all beautiful. It's just really nice. We're going to keep on doing more good gospel. And we'd like to dedicate this to all our listeners.
No, I don't wanna be lost.
That was the Jackson Southerners, and I sent that out to all our listeners. And you know what? Just 2018 is going to be a beautiful year. I just know the Lord's going to bless in a special way. I had an opportunity to talk to her last week, and he's coming this way. He's coming this way for sure. He's coming this way. And we were talking, and I was telling him, I said, Bill James and I brought you and the Jackson Southerners to the Genesee. I said, and after that, I said, you know, we had the Ball Stadium just getting in. I said, and the Mississippi Mass Choir, which Frank was the director of the choir, and the Jackson Southerners come to the ballpark. He said, yeah. He said, I'm ready to come to Gary now, so just stick around. So just kind of keep it in mind. We're not ready to tell you no information now. 2018 is not here, but it's something in the making, and I'll let you know in due time. But one thing I got to say, you just be ready to be supportive. And I had an opportunity to talk to one of our pastors on last week. He does a thing, just kind of unique thing. He sits around coming into the special holidays. He goes calling up people saying happy this and happy that. And my phone rang, and I was sitting there at my kitchen table, and I just reached around, and something said, look down. And I looked down, and I saw his name. And I said, hello, Pastor. And he just busted out and went to laughing. He said, Sister Daisy, I call to say happy holiday season to you and Merry Christmas and all the good things coming your way. I said, I want to thank you for taking time out to call me, and I just appreciate you so much. And that was Pastor Chester Jones of Macedonia. And I won't forget, last year he invited me over to the Mother's Day service. And I went over there, and Pastor give out beautiful roses after the service. And he didn't send them out by his ushers. He came down out the pulpit, and he presented the ladies with beautiful roses. And I want you to know, Pastor Jones, you just a unique minister. You're a very nice gentleman, and I have all respect for you as being a nice gentleman. And if you'd like to call us sometime and want to say hello out on the airways, feel free to do it. We want you to know that you're welcome to do so. So we're going to go back into More Good Gospel.
When I see the lights of all colors and kinds, people in a hurry to shop, buggy filled with toys in a long line, that lets me know that it's Christmas and it's my kind. People at the loan office, they had a problem getting their pay. They want to make their children and loved ones happy, if only for one day. That that lets me know that it's Christmas and it's my kind. People opening Christmas cards and letters with a great big smile, the kind of smile that you want to see each and every day, all of the time. That lets me know that it's Christmas and it's my kind.